Welcome to Alive. This is Father Jonathan Meyer. And we are getting ready for the Solemnity of Christ the King, Matthew 25, 31 through 46. This is one of my favorite biblical passages. I just want to throw it out there. And I often preach about how Mother Teresa says that, you did it to me. But I'm not going to preach on that because, you all are bored, all right? So we're going to change it up. And so first, let's just notice that there has been a crown on Jesus' head at all 7 churches in Dearborn County for the last month. We crowned him back in early November, and he still has a crown on his head. Thanks be to God for that. And one thing that we do that's really powerful in our local county is we host 2 5K runs, one on Wednesday evening of Thanksgiving Day and the other on Thanksgiving Day itself. They're known as the Pre-Turkey Day 5K and the Gobble Wobble. And those just came to their conclusion, and it's amazing. It's amazing when you really think that on a day that we're just called to be grateful, that we also want to give. And our gospel passage today is clearly about feeding the hungry. And in fact, when the Gobble was founded 10 years ago, and the original committee came together, and we were trying to think of what do we want to name this, and what do we want it to be, one of the things that we focused on was that we wanted to focus it on being a fulfillment of Matthew 25, of, when you feed the hungry, that you feed Jesus, that we're doing this to assist those who are in need. And the same thing with the Pre-Turkey Day 5K. We founded these 2 5Ks to feed the hungry. But notice how it's tied into a day of gratitude. Because when we are people that are grateful, when we are full of gratitude, we then want to take what we have and we just want to give it away. When we're truly grateful, it makes us generous. Gratitude leads to generosity. Gratitude leads to generosity. It's just true. And so right now, at this very moment, our country is focusing on gratitude. It just did. And it is pretty interesting, isn't it? And I know, just deal with me for a second because it gets really commercial and ugly. The day after the day of gratitude, what does everybody go and do? They buy gifts for other people. It's actually, in a certain sense, it's actually beautiful. After a day when we realize that what we have, we then want to bless other people. And I realize that that's in a commercial sense, and there's something really beautiful about the Gobble Wobble and the Pre-Turkey Day 5K because we're normally giving to people that we'll never meet, that we'll never see, and that people that we just want to bless. But nonetheless, how beautiful it is. So in your own life, just practice gratitude, and it'll make you generous. The more that you are grateful for what you have received, and notice how it's what we have received, it's not what we have earned, it's not what we have acquired, it's what we have received. When we fill up our hearts with that gratitude, it then leads to generosity. So, I was hungry and you gave me food. That's the blessing that God reminds us of. When I was thirsty and you gave me drink. I was in prison and you visited me. I was naked and you clothed me. So those great corporal works of mercy can flow out of that great gift of gratitude. So let's just all the more be people of gratitude, and in doing so, our world will have more joy, more peace, and more people live in the faith. Kicking off next week will be the first Sunday of Advent. Realize that Advent is only 3 weeks this year, so the 4th Sunday of Advent is Christmas Eve, so get your calendars ready for that, my people, and get ready for a quick Advent, but a glorious Christmas season as well. Look forward to you joining us for Peace on Earth. Spread the word, evangelize, get out there and bring people to the Lord through sacred scripture, through prayer, through meditation, and through the sacraments. God bless.